Hi guys, my name's Trudie, I'm a member of the IQBar team and I'm also one of the vloggers. This week's vlog is one in a series of vlogs about homework where we'll have a general discussion on homework, how to ensure you're setting it at the correct level, making sure it looks professional, not using any copyright materials, and how to make sure that it's work that's achievable and that can be completed in a realistic time frame. So let's try and make homework really enjoyable, and to find out how, let's get going. We really don't want our buddies to have that feeling of dread when we mention that word homework. But it's really important that we make sure the value of homework is realised by our buddies, as it can help our buddies to memorise new language, get confident with sounds, sentence structures, and letters out loud on paper. The reason IQBar set homework is because they believe it's important that when learning something like English, the only way to internalise what you've learned is to recap it and to continue to practice it outside of lesson time. So homework helps with the consolidation of knowledge, but it's our duty to ensure that homework is relevant to the session and the buddy gets the maximum impact from it. So though we want to have an element of fun, where possible, it does still need to link to the learning, and it can't just be a fun piece of homework. Like, for example, it couldn't just be a ... So here at IQBar, you all know very well, we have a range of buddies and a range of courses, and our buddies are all working at different levels, so homework really varies across the board. When setting homework, you may want to take this into consideration, so we'll have a little look at this picture. So this is the level that your buddy is likely to be working at, so depending on the materials they're looking at. So have a look at these levels and think about what you learn on your TEFL or on your TESOL and the expectations of this level, and really think about if your task is suitable. So you may also want to use homework as an opportunity for the buddy to challenge themselves. So it could be something, an area that they need a bit more time on, they need to practice and improve on. And if a buddy comes away from a homework task feeling more confident, then that's fantastic, that's what we want. And if they don't, that's fine as well, because that's where it's really important that our discussions at the beginning of lessons about the homework is really important, so that we can work on that area and build that confidence up together. One of the most important elements when setting homework is that homework should not be overly time consuming or too complicated. As I've mentioned, buddies, a lot of them have very, very busy schedules. So aim to set homework that should only take around 10 or 15 minutes maximum to complete, and aim to keep these ideas fresh between our sessions. In order to uphold our professional standards, it's really important that we're ensuring our resources that we use look professional and that we take care to avoid any copyright. So if you find any resources online, make sure that you have permission to share them. If in doubt, leave it out or ask, because we'd much rather you ask than use it and then we have to talk to you about it. The best way to ensure that your homework looks professional is to use our editable homework template, which you can find on Teams. So this is the template here. You can see I've used the search bar to find it, but you can find it in the seminars and announcements under the general. So have a look if you like it. I think it's always really good to save a copy of this so you've always got it to hand. It's great now that actually uploading homework is really easy. So we've seen a massive change in IQBar and a really positive change. Now when you're writing your review, you simply click where it says homework over here, and then you upload whatever files you choose to send to your buddy. And most formats are accepted and you can upload multiple files. And after these uploaded, you simply finish the review and the homework will be passed on to them. So for most of these sessions, you do not need any homework. If you complete a PowerPoint in a session, you just set the homework that is on the last slide, and you don't have to worry about sending any homework, as the team ensure that the last slide is sent to the buddy. However, if you haven't finished a session, you do have to set your own homework task that is related to the content that you've covered. Quite often we recommend that you take a screenshot of an area of the presentation that you would like the Brady to go back over as part of their homework, and then you can attach that, like I've just explained, in your review. However, if you wish to add a more personal touch, such as a question, game or letters to practice, you can create a really quick PowerPoint, perhaps use that template that I showed you not so long ago, and add that to the review. And remember, when setting your task, it must be age and level appropriate. So for example, if you didn't complete a normal phonics session, set a homework task like practicing just 3 letters from the lesson. If you set a task where you say practice the whole alphabet, this is way too much and it's not effective and it's not a valuable task. In CGE sessions, you can use your own creativity and judgment to assess what would be the best task. Similarly to the other homework tasks, the content should focus on the content covered in the lesson or any areas the Brady needs to develop. So remember, homework doesn't have to be boring, even if it does link to the topic. You can be really creative and engage the Brady, so you can encourage them to use colour, art, music, photography. So let's take a look at this really good example. So you can see here they were learning about prepositions and they were asked to take different pictures and then write a sentence about each one. And actually it's something really fun. And in addition to this, they got their grown-ups to help them. So homework that involves getting the family involved too can also be so effective, as it encourages the student to work with their parents, but also gives the parents the insight into what they're learning with us at IQBar. Exam prep sessions means exam papers, so stock up on past papers. So for exam prep Bredies, there are 2 types of homework that you could set. You could send pages for them to practice that they've been studying in the session, because remember, it's really rare that they have access to the book that you're learning from at home. And if the Brady has specified past papers, you can find them in the online resources section on the IQBar website, and you can send it through, and in the next lesson you mark it, and in the review keep a note of the papers that you have used that avoids any repetition being sent home more than once. If the Brady would prefer something different, you can use one of the pages in the book as homework or develop your own set of related activities. And when using the book for homework, set a page or task which you can go over in the next lesson. So here's some things that you need to remember when setting homework. Make it relevant. It has to link to what they're learning and something that maybe they need more practice on. Be creative. Use your imagination. Use art. Use music. Use photography. And that leads nicely on to get the family involved. On some occasions, not always because they've got a busy schedule too. Get them to give their friends an English lesson in daily conversation, or get their parents involved in helping taking pictures, or ask some questions to their parents. Make it level appropriate, so it must be relative to their level of English. Some Bredies will need more of a challenge, and some need homework to help reinforce learning. And this is where knowing your Bredies will really come in, and you'll be able to set one based on your professional judgment. Ensure it looks professional, no copywriting, and use that template we spoke about, and check it out in each lesson. So you've put in the time, and so have they. So it's important to check their homework. At the beginning of each session, you should be checking your Brady's homework unless for some reason it's stated otherwise in their notes. As always, I really hope this has helped. If you've got any more ideas that you'd like to share or things that you find work really well or some really nice examples of homework, please comment and send them through. We'd all love to have a look. So happy teaching, guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye.